Meanwhile, ever compare items at the grocery store based on nutritional labels? Well, more often than not, terms like fat-free or all-natural are slapped on foods that aren't actually healthy at all. So how can you figure out and separate fact from fiction and make smarter choices at the supermarket? Let's talk to nutritionists and authors of a great book everybody needs. It's called Rich Food, Poor Food, Mira and Jayson Calton. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, let's start with a lot of things say made with or contains, so it sounds like whole foods.
Yeah.
Not so much, right?
No, what actually a product says made with or contains, it probably is made with or contains less of what it should than you're actually thinking. So we're going to look at the first juice here, and actually it's made with a little bit of juice, but what it really contains is a whole lot of high fructose corn syrup and artificial colors that have been banned in other countries.
That's just super sugar, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be giving this one to your child. You're running around and jumping off walls. What you want to do is you want to go to something that says 100% juice, like this one.
The middle one.
The middle one. But the problem with the middle one is it actually has a different kind of juice than it says on the label.
What?
It says it's supposed to be an orange pomegranate juice or something, and on the back, if you look at it, it's actually inexpensive, non-organic apple juice. Oh. So you want to be careful of that. You want to look for something that's organic and that's actually representing what it's supposed to be.
All right, and now let's move on to the next one right here. I can't believe it's not butter. You know, they say that these things are 0 calorie or 0 trans fat. And what's the dirty little secret about that?
Yeah, the marketers love to put 0 calorie or 0 fat on the front. Now, here's what the USDA says. They said that you can put 0 fat if it's less than 0.5 grams of fat per serving. And they say you can put 0 calories if it's less than 5 calories per serving. But how many calories, Steve, I mean, how many servings, Steve, do you think are in this container?
In a little squirt thing? I don't know, 100?
100? What about 1,130 servings? In fact, legally, they could have as much fat as 6 sticks of butter. Tell people to just cut that out.
So
That's soybean oil.
This does have calories,
Of
but less than
course.
5 per squirt.
Right, but 1,130 squirts.
All right, next up, the word healthy. It says healthy right there on the popcorn.
Yeah, it's not.
So what?
It's lying to
I'm
you.
calling Jolly Time.
And there you go. The whole thing is it contains something called partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Now, soybeans are most likely genetically modified.
Okay.
And partially hydrogenized, that means trans fat. It says no trans fat right on the front of it, but because of that same rule that Jayson was talking about, it actually contains it.
Okay, so instead you suggest this combination right here?
Absolutely. Using a coconut oil and making it yourself. Coconut oil has a fat called MCT, which naturally burns fat in your body. So it's a healthy snack that actually is healthy.
Fantastic. My wife's been using that for about half a year. Finally,
Awesome.
When you hear all natural, that sounds great.
Sure, it sounds great. Now, here's an all-natural syrup. This is just all-natural maple syrup.
Right.
But look what this manufacturer did. They mimicked the bottle.
They look identical.
They say, you know, wow, it's been around since 1887.
Right.
Little cabin on there. Would you believe not 1 drop of maple syrup in here?
Wait a minute.
It says all natural, no maple syrup.
Well, then what is it?
Yeah, it's rice syrup, it's sugar, it's brown sugar. Just, you know, you got to read the ingredient list. That's what we try to teach people.
Oh, wait a minute. This says all-natural table syrup.
See, tricked you.
Man.
That's what
Man,
they're
right?
about.
It's like Velveeta, not actual cheese. It's cheese food.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of food out there these days.
Interesting stuff. It's all contained in this great book that they have written, Rich Food, Poor Food. Mira and Jayson, we thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks so
from
much,
Florida.
Steve.
Thank you.
All right. Man, I thought that was maple.
Yeah.
Guess not.
Wouldn't you have?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.